Before sunrise breaks over the Pacific, a 150-meter industrial fishing vessel cuts through dark water toward one of the deepest hunting zones on Earth, chasing a predator few crews ever encounter and even fewer survive battling. What follows is a high-risk deep-sea fishing operation where every cable, sonar pulse, and decision can mean the difference between history and disaster, as a crew prepares to confront a giant Moray Eel lurking far below conventional depths. As early light spreads across the open Pacific, the sheer scale of the ocean becomes undeniable. Sonar teams begin scanning trench zones where massive predators rise from the seabed, knowing that every data spike could signal danger. Calm surface conditions allow the long-line crew to begin deployment, baiting hooks with surgical precision as hundreds of meters of steel cables spill into the abyss. Depth readings confirm the line is descending into the correct zone. Tension monitors flicker, and steel brackets hum faintly as the gear settles on the ocean floor. Suddenly, sonar lights up. A massive shape moves slowly across the seabed. A tremor runs through the line, and the deck falls silent as the crew realizes something colossal has taken interest. From the darkness below, an enormous Moray Eel emerges, circling the long line with deliberate intent. Its shadow grows wider on sonar as it closes in. Muscles ripple as it rises, and the vibrations become unmistakable. The hook cluster is tested under crushing pressure as the eel commits. With a violent surge, the line jerks hard to port. Alarms scream as the creature clamps down, dragging the cable upward with terrifying strength. Water explodes across the steel deck as the power of the eel becomes undeniable. The monster, estimated at nearly 12 meters long, spirals upward, shaking the entire system as it leaves the seabed behind. Cables whip as the eel surges toward the hull, its shadow expanding beneath the surface. Underwater lights reveal its massive head lifting, preparing for its first breach attempt. Every meter gained pushes the reinforced long line to its limits. The Pacific erupts as the eel twists in open water, boiling the surface into white chaos. A second surge snaps the line taut like a steel whip, forcing the vessel slightly sideways under the strain. Crew members brace, calling out depth readings as the eel rises to the final meters. At 50 meters, all equipment locks down. The ocean explodes as the full length of the creature bursts from the water in a violent, earth-shaking breach before crashing back into the sea. Shock waves race through the long line as the eel dives, attempting to wrap its massive body around the cable. The line groans under the pressure, marking one of the most dangerous phases of the fight. The eel surges upward again, forcing the crew to activate crane support to stabilize the system. Bubbles and white water erupt as the creature nears the surface once more. With another explosive motion, it attempts a second full breach, rocking the deck and testing every bolt and weld on the vessel. Exhaustion begins to show, but the danger intensifies as the eel's momentum threatens to rotate the entire long-line system. Perfect coordination allows the crew to redirect tension just in time. As the lifting phase begins, the giant Moray Eel rises into view beneath breaking waves. Deck crews react instantly as its body slams against the hull, tail whipping with devastating force. Steel cables strain as the crane finally gains full tension. Every thrash threatens to send equipment flying. Then sonar pulses again. Another massive signal appears. A second predator. The crew now faces a rare and extremely dangerous multi-catch scenario as chaos escalates on deck. Two giant eels battle simultaneously, one locked in the crane's grip, while the second attempts a sudden breach to shake free. The vessel rocks harder than before as the fight becomes a brutal test of endurance and machinery. The crew makes a critical decision to lift the second eel before stabilizing the first, initiating a simultaneous double lift, an event almost unheard of at sea. Water cascades across the deck as both creatures thrash relentlessly, the cranes swaying under their combined weight in one of the most dangerous moments of the voyage. Finally, the second eel weakens, hanging limp for a brief window of opportunity. The crew moves fast, guiding it onto the deck with reinforced gear. Moments later, both massive eels lie across the steel deck, marking the dramatic climax of the expedition. Measurement begins immediately, confirming record-scale lengths and weights using calibrated crane scales. With documentation complete, preservation becomes critical. Thick layers of crushed ice are spread to mimic deep-sea temperatures, preventing tissue breakdown as both giants are guided into cold storage. Days later, the refrigerated shipment arrives at a major auction facility where buyers gather to inspect the extraordinary deep-sea catch. The massive specimens draw intense attention before being packaged for long-distance transport. At a premium restaurant, chefs carefully inspect the eels, breaking them down with precision. Each cut is selected for texture and flavor, transforming a deep-sea predator into refined cuisine through expert technique and final torching that seals each dish with a perfect finish. Back at sea, the crew cleans and resets equipment for future voyages as the vessel heads home under fading daylight. The Pacific grows calm once more, closing a chapter defined by raw power, calculated risk, and triumph over one of the ocean's most formidable predators.